Hey, good morning everybody, and welcome to another episode of My Gaming Diary on the Rounding Off Infinity YouTube gaming channel. So, I am crazy tired, so I'm standing today. Wife and I went to see Video Games Live in concert last night, and then I was up very late trying to get caught up on Supergirl. So, I took about 30 minutes to watch the last 7 minutes of an episode last night because I was falling asleep. So at any rate, today we are back on the nVidia Shield Pro Android TV. I am playing Reckless Racing 3. I think that's what it's called. It may have a subtitle or something to it. I actually slightly forgot. Let's see, can I get out to the home screen? I think I can. And just check. Yeah, Reckless Racing 3. So, yeah, it drops me right back in. Okay, again, one of the cool things about the Android Shield Pro Android TV is I can pop back out to the home screen and get right back into the game. So, this is another installment in a series that I've been playing on mobile for a long time and I'm really happy with. I played Reckless Racing and Reckless Racing 2 on different mobile OSs, so I think iOS, definitely on Android. So, give me just 1 second. I gotta inform the family that I'm recording down here. Okay. And usually I try and silence my phone, but since they're up and out and about, I'm going to keep the audio up. So, at any rate, again, we're on the Shield Pro Android TV. We're playing Reckless Racing 3. Hardware-wise, I'm still on the Logitech C920 webcam, gaming from the standing position today. And microphone-wise, I'm on the Logitech G330 headset. So, I've played one round of this. Two good things today is I was able to not log into play games on Android, so that means I'm not as worried about my personal data showing up on the screen. The video that I filmed yesterday for Riptide GP2, I had to spend like 30 minutes editing out personal data showing up on the screen that I obviously don't want revealed on my YouTube channel, so don't have to do that today. And there's something else that is an improvement today from yesterday, but I cannot remember what it is. Oh, and then I did have a crash yesterday while capturing to the Elgato HD60. I think because of the fact that my streaming PC workstation now has 3 displays hooked up. One of them is connected over the J5 Create JUA210, which is a USB to VGA video adapter. I think there's some conflict maybe between that display and Game Capture HD, the application. So I've got the 2 other supplementary displays disabled, and I'm just using Game Capture HD on the Asus MX279H 27-inch IPS display. I'm hoping that will keep any conflicts or issues in Windows 10 down. Run over there, go. The dog's up and around today. I got to keep him from wandering into the streaming cables. So I've played one round of this. Now I will say, in the past I've played this game mostly using touch controls and with a gamepad. In the first race that I played this morning, it was pretty hard to get down a good race using the gamepad because the orientation is constantly changing. Usually, past modes of this game have only rendered in north up, meaning that the map stays static while your car goes around the track, and so at different times left is right. Absolutely awesome feature that I just discovered as that race was wrapping up is that is that you can, there's a chase camera in this one, so as you see, the map is actually rotating with my car, so that at all times to turn left, I actually turn left. And I'm getting down, obviously, much better lap times. I'm actually lapping this guy, which I also did in the first race. Now, a big thing about Reckless Racing is it's one of those games, it replicates RC Racing, which is kind of similar to the Formula Racing that I play in more racing sim-oriented games. The big thing being that you really want to target getting around the track without hitting your brake. So, you know, in that race, I was on the gas the whole time, and I was controlling my speed, or essentially my brake was kind of an air brake by backing off on the gas. So I've got $3,000 in the bank now. I think, yep, this will allow me to upgrade or buy a new car. Now, I don't know. Okay, so you can customize your car. What I don't know is if there are any upgrades. I thought I saw a discussion of upgrades here before. The one option that I don't like, well, when I found the chase camera option, the option that I was looking for was to keep the control input locked to the axes of the car, so that left was always left and right was always right. I didn't find that, but like I said, the good alternative that I found was the chase camera. I'd have been a little bent out of shape if there hadn't been an option to somehow get your controls to lock to a single orientation. So, like I said, I thought I saw an option to upgrade your car. Oh, not cool. So yeah, I always dislike games that charge you for cosmetic skin changes. But then again, there's no way kind of around that if that's what you have to do to customize your car. So rather than customize my car, I am going to go in and buy this RS5. Hopefully that will be a better car. I'm going to race that. Now, one thing I don't like about this game is you cannot go back and re-race past races. So I came in 4th in this first race, and I apparently can't go back and re-race that. So that's a little weird. And I don't know if they're really looking like this as a championship and you're supposed to race through from beginning to end. Nice water effects for an Android game. A little faster off the line. Oh, no, no, no. Now, again, what I find aggravating is you can't re-race this. So this is 3 laps. Gotta get ahead of this monster truck here. Now this car is faster, but also a little more squirrely. I might do. That box is causing me problems. Slow me down. Okay. Now, despite all that, what I would call very competitive racing. No, 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 no. So I was in 2nd. Okay, so this is a car that's apparently got enough. Come on, come on, come on. Enough horsepower that I am going to have to start using the brake here to come off the speed when I'm drifting way out in the turn. Despite the fact that I've got the orientation changing here, it's still a problem in some cases. In a turn that the drift is just getting a little too wide. The car is faster, but it's also a little slicker in the turns, and I'm not coming off the speed enough. Now, what you hate to do is that, at a certain point you come off your speed and your wheels then are propelling you in any direction. So you lose your momentum in the turn and you're just drifting and not moving forward. So that was a good corner there. I cut off a bit of time, but man, that guy, whatever the guy is in front, yeah, There's just no catching him up to take first. Okay, so it's sending me on to the 4th race. No, I can't buy a new car yet. But no. Ah, come on. Oh, nice. Right analog stick actually rotates. So this, I mean, again, that's just something that I expect the console and a PC game to do, is to give you this, like, view of your customizations. Advanced functionality, in my opinion, for an Android game. So again, just so nice to be watching this evolution of how mobile games get closer and closer and closer and start catching up console games with these little nuances in functionality. So yeah, let's go orange. Let's get the secondary paint. I don't want to spend a lot of time customizing. Wow, rims are expensive. Do those, just buy the $500 rims. Now, one could definitely ask, what is the point in customizing your rims since you are looking at the car from the top down? I don't really know. So I have to come off the line with as much push as I can, and I gotta get that speed down for the first corner. Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to let this car hang all out. I mean, I say, you know, the objective of this game is you should be able to get around the track without hitting the brake. But as the cars get faster, that formula definitely changes. Man, would you completely go off the... So, there's things that I would like to try in this game just to see what would happen. Like, will it let you just go completely off the track into the water? But because you can't go back and replay a race, like, I'm just not willing to, you know, put myself in a position to wind up in 4th or 5th or 6th place and then not be able to go back and re-race it. So, I feel like I've pretty quickly gotten a handle on the driving model as far as under braking. Don't want to get near the water though. I am able to give it a little waggle, which is kind of a typical driving style that I have in most other games, because I prefer driving games in cars where I have a lot of oversteer. That's easier for me to contend with the cars that have understeer, which is weird because I concurrently hate drift racing, which I think should typically favor somebody who likes oversteer. But I can't stand drift racing events in racing games. It's just not fun to me at all. Now, this game does have drift and gymkhana racing, so of course, if you've seen my YouTube videos of Dirt 3 Complete, that game also has a gymkhana mode, which I didn't immediately acclimate to, but I kind of started to get my head around what the whole point of that racing mode is, and I actually like it, which is not my norm. So let's see, 3 races down. Probably gonna put in maybe 3 more races this morning and then call this game capture session complete. So now let's see, I've placed first. Well, see, my problem is the first race. It's a bit of an outlier and is why I'm only second. I should be in first now if it weren't for that first race where I was racing with the map locked in north up. So I'm by the dockside again. This is probably dockside reversed is my guess. Oh no. They definitely give me the rope-a-dope on that one. That setup definitely made me think I was supposed to go right. So yeah, I really, on this one, with the docks being a little more wide open, I definitely have to pay attention to the yellow lines more so than the physical structure of the track and the containers. Side-by-side racing in that turn. Now, through most of this part of this track, I am actually able to race throttle only. Now, one thing you can do to advantage yourself. Oh, no, 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 no! Oh. So close to getting first. Agonizing. I may be able to catch this fan up. It's all based on this corner here. Nope. Yeah, too tight. There's just not enough room to catch him on the straightaway coming out of that final turn. Good race though. I like that track. Now the only thing I'm worried about is what the length of the path forward is in just the racing mode. If I can, I don't want to find that I'm going to burn through the races very quickly and then I'm going to be left to kind of slog through drift and Gymkhana. Aw, come on, dude. So this is a short track. So, I'll also comment that this is one of the racing genres that, well, this is one of the game genres that Android does really well, I think. It's racing and RC racing in particular. Is that a jump? Wow. Man, this fan must have nitro on it or something. Am I going to catch him up? Yeah, the tough thing about this game, which has been the case, was also the case in Press Racing 1 and 2, is it will have a few points on the track that are failure points, where you get outside the track and it's not just a wreck. It's your car gets reset. Now, as good as chase camera mode is on this, it's still a bit wonky, and because there's a fraction of a second that there's a bit of jankiness in orientation of the camera versus orientation of your driving axes. I really wish this was a 2-lap race, because I don't know. I don't know if I can repeat that lap performance and if I can stay ahead of this guy for the final lap. Or if I will get through the course as well without somebody to really kind of follow. I was definitely feeding off of got this a little disoriented there. I thought that there was a way to cut inside far on that turn. I was looking for that. A little disoriented. Again, because despite the fact that I have, the chase cam going on, I said it's still a little disorienting as the map rotates. Alright, so this is probably going to be the final race that I'm going to put in on this. It's always a problem starting from the back of the pack in these. I wish, and that's something I'm not a huge fan of, is racing games that always have you start at the back. I mean, I understand that that's to kind of level the playing field between you and the AI, but I don't know, it just feels burdensome. Like, I feel like you should allow me to start from the front every once in a while. So this is solid. This is the first time I've booted this up and put any gameplay time into it, but it's a great game. Graphics are solid. I've been a big fan of this franchise since it came to mobile, so more good stuff. Great game to play on the Android Pro, on the Shield Pro Android TV. nVidia does, one of the things that is done so well with this system is nVidia just does a great job. I guess the game developers do as well, but I think most of the burden's on nVidia to make these games work wonderfully with regards to controller compatibility. So this, with my mobile devices, with my phones and tablets, it's always a crapshoot as to whether or not a game is going to work, with my Moga Pro controller, or even with the Mad Catz gamepad that I have for my iOS devices. You just never know if you're going to really get an enjoyable console-like experience. But with the Shield Pro, it's, pretty much every time I boot a game up, it works with the controller. The only thing that's an issue is whether or not the game itself implements customizable gamepad controls, or at least different gamepad control layouts that will allow you to map it to your style. You frequently, every once in a while, you get just a thing that's locked into just a certain gamepad layout that doesn't suit your style. So that was awesome. So I don't know, was that about 23 minutes of gameplay? 20 minutes of gameplay? And I am quite happy. So before I bounce out, I do want to see what I can do with my garage. So get the miles hauler for 5,000. That'll be good. And I am actually going to go ahead and immediately customize that with a new base paint, secondary paint, and rims. That color for the base. Secondary. Some new rims on it. How much is that? 500? Yeah. So of course it is horribly tempting to go ahead and maybe I'll do one more. I'll do one more race since I just bought a new car. It's very difficult to put a racing game down when you have purchased a new vehicle in your inventory. Oh, this is a significantly different vehicle model here. Very front heavy, while you're concurrently trailing a good bit of vehicle around you. The pivot point, the center of your turn is just in a very different place, which for certain other vehicles I'm accustomed to that being the case. I haven't done a ton of driving racing games where that's the case. This is going to be interesting. one thing about these, about the semis and reckless racing, is that you do have a lot more horsepower, and if you figure out how to drive it well, you can get a lot more top speed than the smaller cars. The thing is just keeping all that power under control. And the cornering difficult. I have no idea where the track is. There's no do-overs because you can't re-race it. The question is, am I in first right now? Yeah, I'm in first. Again, just got to kind of train myself to not look at the physical structures on the track, but really focus on the yellow lines. Just, you know, a lot of these corners, as you can see, there are not barriers in the corners defining the edges of the track. It's these yellow lines, and it gets a little confusing. Again, with the camera constantly rotating. Ooh, oh, come on. With the camera constantly rotating, when a corner doesn't have a solid barrier there. That's the corner I mixed up. There are white lines across where you're supposed to turn. Made it look like you were supposed to go straight. I have a third lap. So, you know, now, admittedly, I'm a huge fan of racing games. I play a lot of them. Grinding through a racing game is a very natural gameplay mode mentally for me to be in. It doesn't bug me. That's what I expect, and to a certain extent, that's what I enjoy a lot of. So, my point being is, the comment I was going to make is, you know, we always talk about mobile gaming being kind of, you know, short duration gaming and something you play when you're standing in line to go somewhere. I've not felt that way about mobile gaming for a very long time, and you know, this game is something I could sit here and play, you know, for an hour at least, maybe two, sometimes. Not today, because I've got other things I want to do. Nice! So maybe I shouldn't say it. I don't think I would sit here and play this game for 2 hours like I do with Forza or Project Cars, because obviously those racing games are more complex. I think that there are a lot of very complex racing sims on Android that I would still play for almost that same amount of time. But like I said, I got other things I want to do today. So thanks a lot for joining in on this episode of My Gaming Diary on the Rounding Off Infinity YouTube gaming channel. This has been Agasically Stamus, and I am out.